Iron Butterfly was an American psychedelic rock band best known for the 1968 hit In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, providing a dramatic sound that led the way towards the development of hard rock music. Formed in San Diego, California among band members that used to be arch-enemies, their heyday was the late 1960s, but the band has been reincarnated with various members with varying levels of success, with no new recordings since 1975. The band's seminal 1968 album In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida is among the world's 40 best-selling albums, selling more than 30 million copies. Iron Butterfly is also notable for being the first group to receive an RIAA Platinum Award. History. The band formed in 1966 in San Diego, California. The original members were Doug Ingle, Jack Pinney, Greg Willis, and Danny Woe. They were soon joined by tambourine player and vocalist Daryl DeLoach. DeLoach's parents' garage on Luna Avenue served as the site for their almost nightly rehearsals. Jerry Pinrod and Bruce Morse replaced Willis and Pinney after the band relocated to Los Angeles in 1966, and Ron Bushy then came aboard when Morse left due to a critical family tragedy. All but Ingle and Bushy left the band after recording their first album in late 1967. The remaining musicians, faced with the possibility of the record not being released, quickly found replacements in bassist Lee Dorman and guitarist Eric Brann and resumed touring. In early 1968, their debut album Heavy was released after signing a deal with ATCO, an Atlantic Records subsidiary. In terms of sound, the group took inspiration from a variety of sources outside of the rock arena, such as the bongo playing of Preston Epps and the R&B music of Booker T and the MGs. Around this time, the band notably ran into guitarist Jimmy Page, who stated that he used the group as partial inspiration for the name Led Zeppelin. As well, one of the Zeppelin's first touring sets in the U.S. was playing with Iron Butterfly at Fillmore East in New York, New York. DeLoach subsequently recorded with two guitars, piano, drum and Daryl, while Woe and Pinrod went on to form the group Rhinoceros. In 1970 DeLoach formed Flint Whistle along with Eric Brann. The band performed live for about a year before breaking up. The 17-minute In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, the title track of Iron Butterfly's second album, became a top 30 hit in the US and made the number 9 spot on the Dutch top 40. The members when In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida was recorded were Doug Ingle, Lee Dorman, Ron Bushy, and 17-year-old Eric Brann. The album was awarded a gold disc by the RIAA in December 1968 and had sold over 3 million copies by the end of 1970. It ultimately sold over 20 million copies, went platinum, and stayed on the Billboard magazine charts for over a year. The band had been booked to play at Woodstock but got stuck at an airport. When their manager called the promoters of the concert, they explained the situation and asked for patience. However, the manager demanded that the Butterfly be flown in by helicopter, whereupon they would immediately take the stage. After their set they would be paid and flown back to the airport. The manager was told that this would be taken into consideration and he would be called back. According to drummer Bushy, "We went down to the Port Authority 3 times and waited for the helicopter, but it never showed up." The next album, Ball, reached no A3 on the charts, but more lineup changes followed. In 1970, with Eric Brann gone, Iron Butterfly released their 4th studio album, Metamorphosis, with 2 new members, guitarist-vocalist Mike Pinera and guitarist Larry Rhino Reinhardt. The album managed to get into the top 20, but Doug Ingle quit the group shortly after its release. Without an organist for the first time in their history, the remaining 4 members cut a single, Silly Sally. It failed to chart and proved to be their last recording. The band broke up after playing a final show on May 23, 1971. Dorman and Reinhardt would subsequently found Captain Beyond. The band reformed in 1974 with Ron Bushy and Eric Brann joined by bassist Philip Taylor Kramer and keyboardist Howard Riitzes Brann, who had done occasional lead vocals during Iron Butterfly's original run, served as the band's main lead vocalist. The album Scorching Beauty was released in January 1975 with Riitzes in Sun and Steel, in October 1975 with Builder Martins replacing Riitzes. Both albums were criticized for bearing little resemblance to the original tone of the group, and sold poorly compared to their earlier releases. In December 1978, the band's bassist, Keith Ellis, died in Germany. A similar loss occurred in 1985 when incumbent bassist Curtis Teal died as a result of a heart murmur. Teal's death led the band to dissolve. Bobby Hasbrook, from Hawaii, joined the band as lead guitarist and led vocals with Lee Dorman, Eric Braun, Bobby Caldwell, and John Leemsider, soon after Keith Ellis's death in 1978. Bobby Hasbrook played in various Iron Butterfly lineups with Mike Pinerer and Larry Rhino Reinhardt. Bobby Hasbrook continued to play and tour with Iron Butterfly until 1982. Guitarist-vocalist Charlie Marinkovich joined the band in 2002. Originally from Seattle, Marinkovich had played with Randy Hansen and others. German violinist, keyboardist and composer Martin Gershwitz, formerly of Lita Ford, Meat Loaf, Walter Trout, and most recently of Eric Burdon and the Animals joined the band in 2005. On October 3, 2002, original tambourine player vocalist Daryl DeLoach died of liver cancer at the age of 55. On July 25, 2003, Eric Brand died of heart failure at the age of 52. In early 2010, an announcement was made that Iron Butterfly would receive the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 20th Annual San Diego Music Awards, which took place on September 12, 2010. The award was presented by San Diego Mayor Jerry Sanders. Later the same year, Ray Weston came in to substitute on drums for Ron Bushy after he was sidelined by health issues. In early 2012, Phil Parlapiano substituted for Martin Gershwitz on a couple of shows, when Gershwitz was unable to play due to his earlier arranged own solo tour schedule. Former guitarist Larry Rhino Reinhardt died on January 2, 2012. At the age of 63, due to cirrhosis of the liver. Bassist Lee Dorman, who had a history of heart trouble, died on December 21, 2012, at the age of 70. Both Reinhardt and Dorman were also founding members of Captain Beyond, along with former Deep Purple vocalist Rod Evans and drummer Bobby Caldwell. Following Dorman's death, Iron Butterfly has been inactive. It is at present unknown whether the band will continue, however, Charlie Marinkovich revealed in 2013 that he has departed the band and that Ron Bushy is currently very ill, shrouding the band's future in doubt. When Ron Bushy later recovered, he entertained the idea of putting a new band together, possibly with Martin Gershwitz again on keyboards and lead vocals. Personnel, members, supporting musicians, Manny Bertomatti Euro drums, percussion, Donny Vosberg, drums, Doug Friedman, drums, percussion, Joanne Montana Euro backing vocals, Cecilia Noel Euro backing vocals, Oli Larios, bass, Ken Kalibnik Euro bass, Dave Miros Euro bass, Ray Weston, drums, percussion, Phil Parlapiano, keyboards, lineups, timeline. Discography, studio albums, live albums, compilation albums, Evolution, The Best of Iron Butterfly, Star Collection, Rare Flight, Light and Heavy, The Best of Iron Butterfly, EPs, Iron Butterfly Theme BW Look for the Sun, Possession, Radio EP, Iron Butterfly Theme, Possession BW Get Out of My Life Woman, Unconscious Power, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, Flowers and Beads BW My Mirage, Singles, Videography, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida 1995, contain video performances of Easy Rider, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, and Butterfly Blue, Rock 'n' Roll Greats in Concert. 2004, contain video performances of the full concert at Itchycoo Park in 1999, Bibliography, Buckley, Peter. The Rough Guide to Rock. London, Rough Guides. ISBN A1-84353-105-4, references. External links, official website, collector's website with discography, Iron Butterfly performances, Doug Ingle official website, Eric Braun official website, Iron Butterfly All Music Guide entry, Iron Butterfly Worldwide discography at Discogs, Doug Ingle interview at Classic Bands, Charlie Marinkovich official website, Martin Gershwitz official site, critical comment on In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Eric Brown at Find a Grave.